Welcome back, folks. Jayborino here. It's Legends of Arkain, second human book, a custom campaign for Warcraft 3 created by Undead. This should actually be the last gameplay video of this campaign. I may tack the epilogue onto this video if it doesn't take us that long to destroy blue. Now, I was kind of stupid, and I didn't save at the end of the last video, so I just replayed it with cheats past my last quick save. So it wasn't that far back, and I haven't really changed anything. I took out all the shipyards, and I have my little landing force here, and I've taken control of the remaining places with oil. So what I'm going to do is mostly just blockade them with frigates. We don't need battleships anymore, so I mostly just need frigates to ensure they can't get out with Pegasus. So I'm just going to use the frigates to kind of set up a little area. Like, I've got my whole coastline lined with frigates so that they can't land on us, and then eventually we'll do the same on the other side. But for now, what I'm going to do to ensure that we can start pushing across this way is to just go ahead and make my typical towers that we were doing before I got wiped out by blue landing on us. So we'll get this stuff set up, and then we'll get our town hall and all the usuals, and I have Van Doors over here as well. So again, we're in the same situation that we were in. I've just moved a lot of my ships up to the front. There goes Peach. Doing good work. Okay, what's going on down here? Okay, so these are Pegasus. So what I'm going to do is grab 5 more oil tankers, send them up here. Okay, more Pegasus. This is why, again, I sent mostly frigates up here. Now, I don't know what I want to do with the battleships. I could use them to start destroying the coastline of light blue, which I had kind of already started to do. So let's come on down here, because, again, I think I had destroyed most of their coastline last time I played. So let's just get rid of some of these battleships. I mean, we don't need all these battleships here, so we might as well sit them near the coast to distract the army for when it's time to come down here with this group soon enough. So we throw these down all into guard towers, and sure, get an arcane tower also, because it's Legends of Arkain. What else are we going to do? We'll turn this into a castle so we can finally get those Templar, and then I'm going to grab just barracks and then eventually shipyards. Okay, so these, we'll just make new production over here that will replace what we did have. You guys just help with the town hall. Here come our oil tankers, slowly but surely, and we're just going to be able to obliterate pretty much everything here that they send. I really don't have any of my own. I think ultimately we're just going to need, just make lots of frigates. We'll send them down here, but we're going to need frigates in order to defend us against Pegasus, as I've been saying. That's pretty much all we have to worry about. You know, let them send some individual units. They're not going to succeed. We could probably run them with just Van Doors now and destroy a lot of their towers, which is kind of funny to think about. But that's because our boats, again, this mission is all about naval supremacy in order to get that oil, etc., etc. So, okay, here we go. Actually, let's send these guys back up here just to ensure that we don't get hit by any silly Pegasus. Take control of this oil thingy. We got an oil tanker coming up, probably down from these shipyards. I should just remove these from our hotkeyed stuff. Let's just grab more lumber mills. I think I've got lumber mills set up all over the place now. Like all up here. Yeah, we got lumber mills. So lumber, I mean, we have 34,000. I think we're fine. Same with gold. We don't need gold, but again, I'm kind of playing this mission. We're going all the way. We're taking it slowly, and we're gonna wipe. Well, I might not destroy those bottom bases, but regardless, like, it's fun to play it this way, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and set up more sheepyards. Okay, let's saturate this gold mine, even though we don't really have to. Then we'll go ahead and go for a castle so we can start pumping out those Templar. And we're going to do, like, a Paladin Templar landing force. Actually, we can destroy this base, or we can keep this base quarantined. They can't do anything. Let's keep moving forward and ensuring that they can't do anything, and we'll move up with the frigates to ensure that these silly Pegasus don't cause us too many problems. Here, they're bringing in militia as well. So now, yeah, we really just need, let's just get like a couple lieutenants and then executors, and we're gonna get moving here. Let's go ahead and get a keep. Once this is all done, I'm gonna grab a couple arcane sanctums, a couple workshops. Excellent. And I don't think we're going to really need any other towers. We could build some along the coast just to ensure. But I do have these frigates up here to stop the Pegasus from getting to us. So And just for fun, we're just going to keep pecking away at this junk. Okay, good. That's all done. That's all done. We're going to have all these set up. There's our lieutenant. And I think I have executors coming out. Right. And then I suppose we can get a couple crossbowmen as well. That should give us a near full army.
I hate working with these people. Yes, my lord.
Okay. This has been an interesting map. I've grown to enjoy it a lot more. It took a while to grow on me, but when it did, I actually quite enjoy it a lot now. Let's go ahead and just reinforce with some more frigates up here. We just have to stop these Pegasus, really, and then with our remaining battleships, which is like our fleet, our navy down here, we're going to use this to blockade the coast of Blue, which is where we're going to land. And we have to decide, do we want to land up here or land further down south? And I think we land up north because our shipyards are up here, actually, our new shipyards, rather. Okay, so these are our new, this is our new coastline that we're defending. Okay, let's just wait for a few more rounds of these infantry, and then we're going to move out. Nice, and then Peach just keeps... Or is it Peanut? I'd like to think it's Peach. Peanut was reserved for the asshole demon slaves, right? There's basically no units left in this base as far as I can tell, so I think we probably should just take this group and go. Granted, we don't have anything that does well against buildings, but we can get some war golems. How about that? Rally to Van Doors. And then all these ground forces are pretty expendable. I'm just going to throw them away soon enough. Now, let's grab that Holy Smite for when we actually attack the enemy, because we're going to need it. And then you all just get on lumber. Excellent. Excellent. The Golden Guard has arrived, finally. This is vengeance for our friends. Unfortunately, our friend's lumber mill has been destroyed, but we'll pretend that we evacuated them in time. I really don't think there's a way to save that base. People gave me a few suggestions, like, oh, you need to get your navy up there, or you need to TP. The issue is that there are artillery terrors in the sea that can just bomb away at anything that's like in this general vicinity. So you can't really get anything up there, and your ally is pretty stupid in the sense that they try to keep attacking. They'll try to keep attacking this base as opposed to just sitting there and turtling up, which is all you really need an ally to do in this particular instance. So, here, Van Doors, just go ahead and start bombing away at the buildings. How about that? It's probably more DPS from you than is necessary. Okay, so we're going to need a bunch of transport ships. We're going to have this be our little hub where we load up. So let's grab bunch more transport ships. That's 40 slots. We have 60 slots, which is probably all we can realistically afford. Like, that's more so than we could possibly need with one group. Okay, so now we control this coastline. We could get some more shipyards. I don't think that's necessary, though. But we'll probably load everything up down... up here, actually, because it's easier to get the guys on the little area.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Okay. How exciting. So we do have a lot to still do, which is to destroy all of Blue, which may or may not be a nightmare. But that's what, again, our battleships are for. They're just going to help us clear a coastline, and then we keep... All we have to do is continuously lure their stuff to the coastline. So, like, we're going to rally up here and just make a bunch of battleships. And we're just going to rally, like, lure them to the coastline. We can eliminate their army, and then we make a landing with our force right here. Shouldn't be a problem. Now, I probably should bring some of our... I probably should bring some of those angelics to stun the heroes, or we just keep playing how we've been playing it, and I can insist... Shardundred, why didn't you include a stun on this map? It's more fun if I do that. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So we've got our big fleet of battleships. What I'm going to do is move them towards the coast and have them start bombing away, similar to what we did with this base right here. We just have the battleships sit along the edge, blockade them, and we bring the frigates to cover us from the flyers. And then we have a coast area that we can just land in right here, no problem. So I think we have enough battleships that we can very easily just keep this area locked up. And again, we lure the enemy here, get rid of them, try to snipe any buildings along the coast, and then meanwhile, we've got all these guys here. We're just going to load into boats. And actually, we are maxed out. I was gonna make some angelics, but we don't have any space because we got all these crossbowmen as well. So we're gonna load these guys up into boats. Okay, we just have to get rid of these cannon towers, and then we load our ground army in right here. And I should probably have some workers prepared. This is gonna be mined out pretty soon, so we can make multiple trips. I don't think we're gonna need too many trips. Okay, boats, boats, boats. Boats, boats, boats. This reminds me of, like, the Fresh Breeze map where it was all about... Oh, there were a couple, like Deathly Breeze, Fresh Breeze, where it was all like naval supremacy so that you could make a landing on in another zone, which is pretty neat. Is his ultimate ready? It is. This may take less time than I originally expected, so I may just do the epilogue as part of this video. And, there is, like, a worse ending if Edale wasn't corrupted that I might show just for fun. Oh, okay. Well, this is what it is. These bases don't attack us. They don't build anything. They don't try to drop on us. So it's not exactly what I expected, but okay. Make way. Make room. Let's quick save. Now we unload here. This is almost mined out, so we'll send these guys over when it's time. The workers, I should say. Kabloom! Kablam! There it goes. Okay. So all of you hop on over into this boat. Meanwhile, oh, here are our buddies, actually. So we want to attack now. Yeah, lure their hero into our ships. He's going to get blasted. Vandur's also going to get blasted. There we go. Okay, perfect. So then all of you start moving in. We do have some Pegasus that are still here. We're just going to move in with Vandur's and channel his ultimate, as we have been doing. So that'll clear out this landing zone, and we have to get these workers over there to set up some production as soon as possible. Once we have production set up over here, we don't even need these boats at all. Granted, we could still use them for sure to help us, but we won't necessarily need them. Okay. Looking good. Hit this, and then... Oh, okay. We've aggroed part of some of the other forces here. So what we want to do... barracks. Barracks. Arcane Sanctum. I'll also get my altar here. So what we could always do is back up.
Humanity is in peril. Inhuman beast.
If we backed up... see, here's those stupid airships that are coming in and bothering us. If we backed up, in theory, we could just lure them into our boats. And I might do that, actually. Especially the frigates. If we have any left. Get the transport boats out of here.
We humans have to stick together.
Okay, we just want to consolidate on top of our production structures. Okay, Vandur's save us. We're losing some workers. That's okay. For now, that's okay.
For Lordaeron. Your honor.
Okay, and then we got to start healing up what we can. I don't think I have many paladins left. Okay, so we're going to need crossbowmen. Keep building here. Keep building here.
Humanity is in peril. Let justice fall.
Oh my god, these flippin' Pegasus. Just get more crossbowmen, and then what I'm gonna do is pull a couple more workers. Here, just return all your lumber, and then head over here, and then we just need to get more workers over so we can reinforce the ones that we have. That's it. So... Okay, now this base I think is fairly segregated from the bottom one. If we don't antagonize the other base, they maybe won't bother us. It's possible that they're not considered the same faction even though they're the same color. I'm not really sure. Sometimes that is true and sometimes it's not. Okay, workers?
Yes, me lord. Off I go then.
Where's the other? Okay, fine. You know what? Just keep hacking away at that lumber. I don't care. That's fine. Okay, we do still have paladins, just heal each other. Okay, we're gonna destroy these. Yes, here we go. Here are the workers. I want to get these arcane sanctums done so we can make more paladins. That's all. Okay, don't repair those, please. Let's just get these arcane sanctums done. Okay, our forward operating base is being worked on. Great. Let's get some angelics. Actually, no, we're completely supply blocked because that's fine. So go ahead and destroy this. I think I have more crossbowmen than I need, but that's actually okay. It's never a bad thing, I'd say. Start healing up some of our crossbowmen. Keep alive what we can. Yeah, so again, for the most part, we're segregated from the bottom area, so I'm pretty sure we're done. We're in good straits. Kind of similar to the other base, if you can wipe out part of it, like this up here, as long as you're not actively attacking their buildings like these down here, all their pre-play stuff won't come up and bother you, from what I can tell. But now we have enough crossbowmen that if they do react with a big army, Van Doors and his ultimate should be good enough. And then on top of that, oh, nice. And then we've got our buddies Pegasus. We're definitely going to complete this now. We're going to leave those other two bases alive. Perhaps they'll surrender and understand that they need to work with us or they will be destroyed. GG no re. Yes, eliminate these airships that have caused us so much trouble. Perfect, okay.
Yes, I'm on it.
Destroy them! Okay, yeah, sure, get one angelic. We already have one out right here. We could turn this off. Yes, stuns. Ah, wait! This is perfect! Where is he? Stun him! He's done it! The absolute madman. Okay, so we're gonna come on down here. We're gonna use his Q. We're gonna take out this guy, then we'll channel his ultimate. Just stun him again, because I don't know what else he can do. Okay, excellent. And this is okay if we lose some other stuff. I don't really mind. And then you just come up here and attack the flippin' Town Hall. Just get rid of this Town Hall. It's like the only thing that's drawing them up to attacking us at all. Okay, lovely. And then let's just get a bunch of peasants, even though we have 42 idle workers. Yeah, don't worry about collecting gold here, guys. We don't need it. We have 150,000 gold. The worst could happen, and we could probably recover from it at this point. Okay, so get some of this stuff as well. We need some siege weaponry. Get another lieutenant out because that aura is just priceless.
Command me.
Command me. All right, so again, we've got this whole blue base to be destroyed. And again, if you're curious to know what happened, like I had a lot of vision along this base, it's because I didn't save after my previous quick save. So at the end of the video, I just didn't save. I just closed the game. I was like, oh, done for today. That was a mistake. All right, so what do we want to be making here? Why don't we just keep pushing down here. As long as we have anti-air, I feel pretty comfortable. I don't have enough for Holy Smite, but he doesn't have enough really to do anything. So I think we just need a lot of siege weaponry, and we can wipe out this blue base. And I could attack down here with our boats, just like what we've got here. We're going to move down the coast, take out what we can, draw their army to the coast, and just keep wiping them out. Now, Akka might be down here. I'm not really sure. But in any case, like, we're very safe. We have a giant navy, so even if our army gets wiped, we can very easily recover from our fallback base here, and also our other fallback base, which was our original base. Plus, Peach Bat has our back. We're deforesting the coast. Where are you going, buddy? I guess they only attack up north. I don't really know. Okay, excellent. You know what? Go for lumber. Get some siege tanks. We just need some stuff that can destroy bases quickly, buildings quickly. Command me. Okay, and then more paladins just for the healing. Yeah, exactly. So this is what I was hoping for, is as we attack these buildings, their ground troops will be drawn to the coast. We have so many boats, we don't even have to micro. We can just bomb our way straight into the coastline. They'll run to their doom. And we can continue to kind of push through this, but we need these... I mean, we don't need the siege weaponry to be done. It would be nice, though. And then as long as we have enough crossbowmen, which we don't... But that's okay. We'll just go ahead and turn on Inspire on these Angelics, and...
Have you reached a verdict?
I never got those Templar out, did I? 5 food. Well, we've got 1 now. Where's my transport boat? All right, let's go pick this one guy up.
Our town is under siege.
Yeah, critical strike. Okay.
Our forces are under attack. I hate.
Oh god, this asshole. Where's my Angelics? Stun him. Okay, no problem. Turn all this stuff in and go on auto repair.
Our forces are under attack.
I can't do anything. Yeah, okay, so we're basically supply blocks. So just to start attacking into blue. Should be fine. No matter what happens, we'll be fine.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, and again, we're bleeding blue dry by just drawing their units out to the coast. Now, because we destroyed all the buildings on the coast, they may no longer get drawn into us.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, there's Akka. We don't have any other mana left to stun her if she does start Starfall. She may not have enough mana anyway to do it, so that's fine. Hang on, where's... oh, okay, there goes Peach. They will still attack. Where's... Templar, man? We have a single Templar. We'll try to build them out of our town hall up here. No matter how fast you think you're going, this map's still going to take a while, that's for sure. Cannon tower. Cannon tower.
For the king.
Heal the paladins that are just extremely good.
I hate working with these.
Okay, so like the middle blue base now is pretty much done.
Yes, my lord.
Okay, Lieutenant, keep it up, buddy. With that Thorns Aura, even though there are no enemies to even attack us right now. I think we're okay. I think we're doing good. Destroy the workers. Got them. Okay. Alright, I got some Pegasus coming in to reinforce us and help us out. And as we hemorrhage troops, eventually we'll just be able to start pumping out these Templar, which we don't really even need at this point. It's a cool concept, but typically on the maps where things are really, really challenging, you're too focused, like, you don't want to have to focus on, like, sending them away, thinking about the food cost of it, building the zealots to send away, and then like, oh, well, that's got a cooldown of a minute. Like, again, really cool concept, but the times when you really need it are not the times when you really want to be able to have to afford to focus on doing it. Like, I don't think they're good enough to justify that when, like, you can just make a pretty bread and butter composition like this. Okay, so our boats are here to support us on the coastline, which means let's go. Single Templar, make your way in, buddy. Yeah, I don't think they have any army. Again, naval supremacy is key. My Angelics do have enough for Holy Smite, so just stun her out of that quick. There we go. That makes things a lot easier, and I don't have to complain about it anymore. Hashtag save the Lieutenant 2018. Stay back here, buddy. We just need Thorns Aura. Thank you. All right, excellent. Vendors doesn't have anything usable.
What do you need?
All right, and that should be it. Once this mission's over and we watch the cutscene, you know, we'll do our usual roundup of like, oh, this is what we think about the campaign, and then I'll see what timestamp we're at and decide. I think maybe I'll just do the epilogue as a separate video, as I have been doing, just to stay with just for consistency's sake. All right, War Golem, stay up here, buddy. Okay, and then let's just get rid of towers so that we don't have random units get picked off for no reason. There's the Templar. Get in there, buddy. Wow, the damage range on them is crazy. 35 to 60? That's a giant range. That's like almost 100% different. Okay, so they do have resistance skin. They're kind of like Golden Guard elites, I think. But elites have like the poison attack as well as don't they have defend? Elites don't have defend? Or maybe they do. I'm not really sure. But in any case, we've definitely won here. You guys get rid of this. Help us out where you can. Again, really fun naval map. Like a map where I don't like island hopping, but this is one where it genuinely feels like you move in, secure a position, but like the naval battle never really stops. I think the terrors, I call them artificial. They like artificially stop your progression, and I still think that's the case. But if they weren't there, it would be almost a little too simple to be able to snipe the. A little too simple to snipe the shipyards. Okay, you guys hit the town hall. Excellent. All right. GG Blue. Stupid Arcs. Get out of here, Arcs. Here, come on down here and inspire some of our troops to get this over with a little bit faster. Now, I don't know how this will actually end. All I know is that the ending where Edale is corrupted is just a flippin' disaster. So I will show that separately. We did like a Gardon epilogue plus better ending, so we're gonna do a Golden Guard ending plus worse ending. Because, you know, just for the sake of completionism. There are a few things I didn't show on camera, but I did discuss them. Like, you gotta play this stuff for yourself. Now, I have said in the past, I'm pretty confident that a lot of people who might be a little critical of the way that I approach these missions probably wouldn't even play this themselves. It's very challenging, it's very time-consuming and daunting, so I'd love to see other people try this. And it's really fun, it's worth it. Like, I'm not a huge macro slog kind of guy, and this campaign grew on me so much that I looked forward to playing it. Like, I wanted to play more of it. That's why I recorded so much at the beginning of the campaign, because, like, the writing is really well done, the choices feel impactful. My favorite mission had to have been, I think, Long Live the Queen. I love the idea that you saw so many choices come together, your forces were truly consolidated. Also, the weight of those choices as you realize, like, what you're doing to the elves. You're wholly manipulating the entire faction. But at the same time, like, seeing the Red Guard flip, seeing the Golden Guard flip, getting Lara was so cool, and then trying to get up there and help your allies, then destroying the side base and having the Knights of Combe come in, it was so fun. I thought that was excellent, the way that all flowed. And so, it was just neat because you saw so many choices come together. Like, the Lara choice was one that, like, felt really impactful and helped make that mission a lot easier, which was cool. Yes, destroy the Ark. Don't let them escape. We can't let them warn the Empire. There we go. Okay. This should be the last one. Huh. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade complete. Well, we built one Templar at least. Our fleet is ready. I've constructed many war machines, especially airships, to support our war efforts. We will be outnumbered severely, but we will have a chance. A small one, but a chance nonetheless. Many decades ago, I personally led the charge against the demons in the Empire. They were already losing the war. They had no hope of defeating the Empire, but no one truly believed that we could utterly remove them from our homelands. Until you took command, you filled your soldiers with holy zeal. You hunted down every single one of them. I remember. Yes, we destroyed the demons. Only here on the continent of Arkain, their home, do they continue to exist. If the circumstances were different, maybe we could have ended them once and for all. Yet, a more dangerous enemy lies ahead of us. The Emperor, my nephew, will destroy the Empire from within in a way that no demonic invasion ever could. I dare not to imagine what happened during our absence. There's only one way to find out, Reynold. Let us set sail. The Golden Guard shall march against the forces of evil. One last time. Excellent. Excellent! So, it's kind of funny to think, like, we found out that there's, like, a true evil in as this, like, dark god. There is, like, the shadow god, the death god, the demon god, and the dark god. And the dark god is who Largoth and Lysara serve. And they have been manipulating the Emperor, which is what led to the Golden Guard going against Gardon. So in a way, they wholly succeeded. But in this in this narrative plotline of the Golden Guard, they do have their eyes set on this internal enemy where maybe the humans can finally remove all of this external, or rather internal strife and be consolidated once again. But it's interesting, you know, Gardon is dead. I guess the paladins and the dwarves kind of have faux control over Arkain for now. And the cannon, I guess, I'm assuming we'll see that the cannon will get destroyed again in the epilogue, but I'm not really sure. Well, again, we'll record the epilogue separately next time, and I'll set up a separate save where Edale is corrupted so we can watch the worst ending. And that'll be the way we end Arkain, just the most depressing note possible. You'll see what I mean when we get there. But I appreciate everyone spending time here. So Shardundred has put together a timeline of Arkain. It's on the hosted project section of Hive Workshop. He has a whole forum section for Arkain where he writes short stories, which are all interesting, and then the timeline. So he's extended the timeline out just by writing it, and the canonical path of the second human book is Gardon. It is not the Golden Guard, which is funny because while I did choose Gardon, it was mostly because I'm like, well, we spent the whole campaign with Gardon. I recognize how shitty he is, but at the same time, like, we've committed to it, so let's go for it, and that's my choice. But in retrospect, I like the Golden Guard path a little bit more. I don't think Vandurus necessarily deserves to go on, but I think the Golden Guard does, especially because they recognize their mistake. They're trying to right it, and that's really the most you can hope for, even though Vandurus as a person made terrible, terrible mistakes, and I wish he wasn't necessarily the one still around in charge. But it's funny to think, like, if Gardon would have just let them leave, they could have gone and dealt with the Emperor. The Iron Fist could have just stayed on the continent with the cannon and everything would have been fine, but it just turned into such a terrible, manipulated strife by both the Undead and this Dark God via Lysara Largoth, and the Emperor, you know, causing the Golden Guard to do such shitty things. The issue is that they didn't push back early enough and say, why are we doing this? This is ridiculous. But that's kind of the story of both the first human book and the second human book, is like a lot of the human leadership is too stupid or just complacent to bother pushing back at a time when they really needed to. The only one who was willing to is Gardon, but Gardon is a pretty terrible person in general. Gardon is smart, but I think he lacks self-awareness. I don't know, we're getting a little too deep here in these fictional characters, but I think the whole concept of Gardon is he lacks self-awareness in the sense that he doesn't fully recognize the consequences, care, and that's the problem, because it'll bite him eventually. He lost any concept of alliance with the dwarves because of it, by doing what he did with the elves, so on and so forth. So, you know, trying to reinstate Juanor, which everybody hated just for the sake of the Black Dragons. Like, he needed these things, but there's like huge long-term consequences. But again, you could check out the timeline, which is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, and leave your thoughts below. It's an intriguing story, intriguing enough that I'm willing to talk about it. I typically don't really care about game lore. I mean, I still don't really, like, I'm not hugely invested in it, but invested enough that I find it interesting to talk about little things like this, like, where could the story go? That's interesting to me, whereas a lot of other media, I'm like, okay, that was fine, and that's it. I forget about it in a week. But this is, it gets me thinking, which I enjoy a lot. Okay. So, just as usual, I'll put out another video today of the epilogue departure, and we'll watch two versions of it, where things could go fine or things could go terribly. All right, bye-bye.